and you can start the live.
Alrighty.
Okay, now I admit everybody.
Career and business. What do you think, guys, of the title?
Yeah.
Love it. I love it.
Yes. Hello. Welcome, everyone. It is so great to have you here. We're going to live stream here shortly. We're just letting everyone in. If you want to say a quick hello and let us know where you're from, we would love to hear where you are residing as you join us. Again, this is the International Human Design Festival, Voices of the Festival. And so really showing how international we are. So yes.
Welcome,
Sofia,
everyone.
Bulgaria, to Ashland, Oregon. Yay,
I'm
Mari and
chiming in
Veronica.
from-
Yay. I'm in Denver, Colorado. Yes.
I'm in Minnesota, USA.
Ioan's from Romania, Minnesota, USA, Lorraine. And Amsterdam. Hello, Daniela. And Robert Andre from Bucharest in Romania. Yay. And Vanessa, Grenada, West Indies. Love it, love it, love it. Beautiful.
I'm in New York City.
Oh,
Richard.
oh, Richard. Hey, Richard.
Hello.
Yay. It's so great to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. It's so great to see you.
Hello.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Jen from Nashville and Julia from the Pacific Coast in Mexico.
Wow.
Florina from Bucharest, Romania. And Florina from Bucharest, Romania. A lot of Romanians. Love it. Beautiful. And we have H from the south coast of Ireland.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful. Yay. Well, welcome, everyone. And I see there's a few new people coming, and let me know when we're ready and streaming.
We are already.
Oh, we are already.
Not quite, because
Not quite.
it starts and then jams, and I have been restarting it for a couple of times.
Oh,
All right.
Mercury retrograde. I mean, I have
Don't
to have
you
a
love it?
chat with you.
Peace. Patience.
Yeah, last time I did the same. I had to restart it like, I don't know, 7, 8 times, and then it happened.
All
But
right. Looks like the
doesn't-
stream is live.
It's
Marius-
trying to connect. Hey, Julia from Mexico.
Hey. Beautiful. Welcome. And again, welcome to everyone. Again, this is the International Human Design Festival and Immersion Voices of the Festival. So again, if you just arrived and you want to type in where you are from, again, to be able to see how really international we are, I'd love to have you type in. And are we streaming? Are we
No,
good?
we're not. No,
We're not.
it's
Okay.
trying.
It is
It's
streaming.
trying.
I think there's maybe just some issues with Facebook right now. It's trying to connect, but it's definitely there.
I have to try again one more time. Let me see. Because from my end, it just shows me that it fails, and then I have to start again.
Oh,
Anyways, more people are joining, so
Excellent. Well, we will get started here momentarily. So welcome, everyone. All right. Let me know when you would like to begin, and we will get started shortly. Charmaine, hey Charmaine, from Cape Town, South Africa. Love it. And Saul from Saul Purpose Design, right? From London, England. Welcome. All right. How are we doing there?
it's still trying to do something this live.
Maybe
Do you
should-
see anything, Mari, as far as it
I
going, or should we
do.
just?
It's definitely connected, Lucretia. It's there. I think it's a Facebook issue or maybe a Zoom, but it's there. It says Human Design Element is live now. The stream is there, the video is there. It's just having a little issue trying to, be consistent. It seems inconsistent. So,
No, it says here from my side, unsupported request. What the hell does this mean?
oh, ouch. Wow. Okay. Well, maybe just abandon for now.
Maybe you
abandon
can
step.
try on YouTube instead and,
Oh,
and
that's a good
just
idea.
keep it live there. Mhm.
That's a great idea.
Are you able to do that?
Maybe see how you are connected to Facebook, but because maybe you're connected with a different user, not with a, and it doesn't have the right permissions, maybe also.
I'm just checking my phone and it seems
Maybe see how you are connected to Facebook.
Oh,
So
There
we're
we go.
live.
Yeah.
we
It's
are
live.
live.
it seems it's running. Maybe
Yes,
Zoom,
you are live now.
maybe Zoom is with the glitch, who knows? But yeah, I think we're streaming. Yep.
All right. Yay. Well, hello, and welcome everyone. It is so exciting to have all of you here in the Voices of the Festival. This is from the International Human Design Festival and Immersion. The Voices of the Festival. Again, this is our live Monday series with myself, Karen Sherwood, as well as our special guests as well. And today, I'm totally in my element today. Today, we're going to be talking about BG5 and OC16. So we're going to take a look at the new frequency of success. And we're going to be taking a look at unlocking the career and business potential through BG5 and OC16. Now, if you're not familiar with BG5 and OC16, it is the career and business application of the human design system. And this is, like I said, this is totally my element. I've been doing this, I think, close to 15 years, actually working with and teaching this information. I am absolutely passionate about it, and I am so excited for all of our guests. And before we jump in and get started, I first want to just really welcome the coordinators of the festival and have them say a little hello before we jump in and get started. So let's start with Veronica.
Hello, hello,
Hey, hey.
everybody. So glad to have you with us from all over the world, and so glad to share with you the energy of this amazing festival that is coming. And we're already in the festival with those Monday lives. So, guys, we're together, and you're truly welcome, and really appreciate it that you're here. So let's connect, grow, experiment together, and just be.
And thank you, Veronica, for all your work in putting this together, as well as Lucretia. So Lucretia, would love to have you say hello.
Hello, everybody. Really, it's a privilege, an honor, a joy, a satisfaction from a manifesting generator to be here to do that, to organize this amazing event for all of us. My name is Lucretia. For those of you who see me for the first time, I have been with human design for 15 years. I've done the professional training for analysts. I'm a living your design guide. I've done the BG5 career and business consultant training with Karen, and currently 2 more business trainings with her, because I like how Karen does it. And the other thing is that I love business. I love being entrepreneur every day, not just about my work, but as a lifestyle. And I think the future is about that. And this is my favorite topic of all, so I can't wait. Thank you.
Yay, yay. Well, welcome, Lucretia. And again, Veronica and Lucretia, thank you so much for organizing this and all the work that goes into putting this all together. It is going to be, I think, one of the most amazing events ever. And why I say that is because we are at the precipice of moving into 2027. And this is, in a sense, the final year, if you will, full year that we'll get to experience this old era before moving into the new era. And I feel like, in a sense, this festival in particular can be really a catalyst for really adapting and really stepping into what is new in 2027. So thank you both so much for putting this together. And we have an incredible panel today that I also want to introduce and have them say a few words as well. All of the panelists are also speakers at the Human Design Festival, both in person and online. And so again, just to get a flavor of also, some of the information and the personalities and who you get to connect with through the festival. And the first person I'd love to introduce is Mari Smith. And Mari is the queen of Facebook, or affectionately known as the queen of Facebook, since 2027. And she's a social media visionary. 2007. 2007. I can't read.
You got 27 on the brain.
I know. I have 2027 on the brain.
We're in the
exactly.
future,
Since
girls.
2007.
We're in the future.
And I think what's really fascinating in what you're doing as well is really being a champion of human-centered relationship marketing in the age of AI. And you have also been studying BG5. And so I'd love to hear, just say hello and also just speak a little bit about what you're going to be speaking at the festival. And yeah, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you, Karen. I know it's been a wee while since we last connected, and it's just a delight to share the virtual stage with you here. Yeah, I have always been a proponent of authenticity. You know, I wrote a book called The New Relationship Marketing. Came out a long time ago now, 2011. And the whole concept back then was the new part of relationship marketing was this whole thing called social media. Because in the past, like relationship marketing has been around since the 80s, 1980s. And it's more focused on the lifetime customer journey, developing relationships with your prospects and your customers to take them on a journey through different services, products, events, coaching, whatever it is that you offer. And such that the opposite of that is transactional marketing and sales, where you're just looking to close the deal. It's numbers based, and just like get as high conversion as you can and move on to the next. And so the new concept, as I say, that came out in 2011, although I was on Facebook, started my Facebook career in 2007. And it just really opened up a whole new world, this ability to just hop in the DMs, and just share your life, parts of your life, and certainly your business in all of these different platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, you name it. And now what we've had in the last couple of years is the prevalence of AI. And we're really at a flexion point, a position where I sense, and my own experience in my own self, where you're thumbing through your feeds and you just don't even know what's real anymore. These deep fakes, these AI created videos, manipulated photos, you name it. And it's just the Wild West. There's like no regulations, except Europe's leading the way. Hallelujah to Denmark, that they're actually going to blaze a trail with having citizens allowed to copyright their likeness. So literally face, video, voice. And I really would love to see that coming out throughout the rest of the world. We'll see. But so back to this whole authenticity, when we learn about our human design and we begin the experiment and we can embody that, what it's like to be authentically in this vehicle. How do I show up as a 1-3 generator on the cross of explanation and helping others to understand their designs? And then, as you mentioned, Karen, on the BG5 side of it, somebody might know here, but I'm positive I saw or read somewhere that Ross said, founder of Human Design, for our folks listening in, some time ago, that that BG5, the business application of human design, the BG5 Business Institute, would be more popular. Like it would resonate more with people because I don't know, maybe because it's to do with business and money and career and success and marketing and sales. It's like, whoa, people are like, what's that? Oh, I can learn something that would make me more successful in business. Then yeah, absolutely you can. And so that is, if you're in the right role and you're, for us, 2/3 of the world as generator types are builders, that we're building something that lights us up from the inside. It's we're being true to our own direction and path and responding to, even just like doing our marketing. So some of the things I talk about is where you're going to get a lot of different, marketing gurus out there who are saying you got to post 10 times a day. You could be on 7 different platforms posting 10 times a day. Okay, if that lights you up and you're getting results and it's feeling like it's in alignment with your authority, your inner authority, have at it. I can tell you right now, it's not for me. Sometimes you're like, I post maybe every few days, whatever, I'm like, who has time for that? I'm busy running my business behind the scenes. And of course, we want to have a forward-facing presence that is authentic, that's transparent. And lately I've become a real stickler. I have 249s. I'm just so principled and I dig my heels in and I'm like, we have to really blaze a trail when it comes to the authentic, transparent, ethical use of AI. I literally have a little disclosure at the end of every email I send in my web pages, content authenticity statement. 25% of this was created using ChatGPT, the rest me, fingers on the keyboards, or I'll say, if it's 100%. So anyway, I don't know how much more you wanted me to share, but that'll do for now. And I'll pass the baton back to you, Karen.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much, Mari. And I think, you really speak to a lot of different issues here. Is one, how business is changing as we move into the future, and the struggles that we may have in what artificial intelligence is all about, and how do we keep ourselves, how do we be true to ourselves, yet be able to use the tools. And I love what you said of, marketing, because we're talking about, in a sense, the new frequency. It is about how to connect and how to create those relationships. And, and it's also doing what really works and what really inspires you as well. So thank you so much, Mari, and we'll get more into this discussion as we continue on. Thank you so very much. And let's go to Ioan. And Ioan also is a BG5 consultant as well. And we go back, way back, and it's so great to see you, Ioan. And I'm really excited about meeting you in person. So Ioan's going to be there in person, and the last festival you did this amazing workshop and experience on Penta, and that is small group dynamics. And so I would love for you to introduce yourself more, Ioan. And you also translated the definitive book as well into Romanian, which is amazing. So I would love to hear a little bit more about you, and then also a little bit about what you're going to be speaking about and doing at the festival as well.
So nice to see you again, Karen, actually.
Yes.
You're such an amazing teacher, always coming to class half hour before to explain all the things, like, these 1-3s which are so detailed, and I'm looking for practical things, and you gave us so many things. Even now I go back to your class and a lot of things to learn and to dig into. So thank you very much for that, and looking forward to meeting you in person, actually. This is one of my most enjoyable classes, yes. And learning this, this Penta things, it's quite amazing. I mean, I did this experiment in Bulgaria for the first time with the BG5, and how much the energy can shift, how much the teams can shift only based on bringing in someone or taking someone out. And I did the same actually in Ibiza last month. I had a bit more time to do it, and we created these businesses around projectors, like 4 corners, 4 projectors, and letting the generators, the builders choose their advisor. It was really amazing. But because you could really see how much the energy shifts and how it impacts actually the behavior of the persons, and you could really see this new being which is creating on top of it. And coming 2027, maybe this is the only way how you can compete with something that is natural like that. So it's so much about success, but not individual success. It's the only way that you can have success in a group, maybe. So this led me to really see how important it is to pay attention to where you are, with whom you are, and respecting this authenticity, as Mary was saying, how important it is to see, am I lost in it? or do I belong to it? That's so important.
Yes.
And we tend to go for all this, let's be this, let's do this, let's achieve that, and it's such a waste of time and of life, actually. So and I'm just 2 centers. I'm here to transmit the well-being and how to be safe and how to survive, and this is so nice. And Lucretia and Veronica invited me to do this in Sofia, to share a bit about this well-being and how to be present in your own body and how to connect with being yourself in the moment, right? As I remember this survival instincts, I have the willpower to survive in the moment, and this is what I'm here to transmit. So this is what I'm going to try to somehow transmit and experiment with. I'm a 3-5, so it's always about, trying to get people to experiment with it. So this is my
Beautiful.
little piece I'm going to do. So thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, I am so excited to meet you in person. And again, that experimentation and realizing, and I love what you said too, to realize how you are and how things change when you're with the right people. It's incredible to see. And I think we're moving into this era of the individual. And oftentimes we think, oh, the era of the individual, it's all going to be about me. But one of the things that I've seen is that we're really moving into more of how do we work together and how can we work together transpersonally in small groups, in large groups, in partnerships, that really we can achieve so much more together when we're with the right people. Things click and there's magic that happens. And this is why I'm so passionate about this information. And, as Mari said, Ra talked about how important knowing, how to connect with others, and that really the key to success is working in smaller pods or working in what we call pentas, which are small groups of 3 to 5 people. And as those small groups of 3 to 5 people then move together and collect, it becomes an OC16, and that's just 10 people. And we're going to be doing an OC16 experiment as well on top of it, which we're really going to explore the lines of communication. And it's going to give you a whole different insight on how your design works that you've probably never ever seen unless you've studied OC16, because there's different circuitry that connects, right? So when you have those pentas and just what Ioan talked about, with the different connections and the different ways that different things get brought out of us in smaller groups, we can also see that in larger groups where we can either get lost in the conditioning or we can take advantage of the conditioning. And I think that's what's really key moving forward into the future. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you so much, Ioan. I'm looking forward to discussing this more as well. And then let's go to Lorraine. Lorraine, welcome, welcome. Lorraine has
Hello.
human-centered businesses. She is incredible. She's assisted me in multiple classes. She is a wealth of information. And Lorraine, I would love for you to speak a little bit about you, and you're going to be also in
Yes.
Sophia Live as well. So I get to meet you in person as well.
Yes. And you're in
Which I'm so
Colorado and
excited
I'm in
about.
Minnesota, and I find it hilarious that we have to travel halfway across the world to meet each other. I think that's amazing, considering we've been united at the hip for the past 5-6 years. Oh my God, incredible. Hello, everybody. My name is Lorraine Berg. I am born and raised in New York City. I was born into an entrepreneurial family. My parents owned businesses, and I've seen great partnerships, collapsed lawsuit partnerships. I went to school for business. I followed along the same path of entrepreneurship. So I worked with high corporate departments in developing teams. I've also worked as a 1099 for brand manufacturers in sales, marketing, and education, opening up different locations around the world. And doing what I love to do as a triple split here with markets external environment. Human design jargon, I'm a 3-5 emotional manifester with the 1222. And I absolutely love everything about BG5. It is my fractal, it is my education, my training, it is my certification. I love business, I love career, leadership, and all of those nuances in life. So I've seen great points of success in business. I've also experienced collapse and transitional burnouts, and I kind of hold a space for everybody to rise into their own selfhood, which is for the people that are on the call now that are not familiar with some of the terms that we're speaking about here in human design. I love making things super practical for people. So we all kind of feel that there is this shifting thing, whether you can name it or not. We're seeing all these different types of platforms, the geopolitical scenes, the things that are happening around the world with wars, what's happening with the climate crisis. There's a lot of movement happening all simultaneously that makes it feel like a pressure pot. Here in the United States, we're having all these major corporations doing massive layoffs. There's a lot of uncertainty and transition in the workplace. And all of this is because we are changing from these background frequencies, like we like to say in our jargon at Human Design and BG5, from the era of planning, which was all about structures and binding people for bargains and sacrificing yourself for the good of the tribe, leading to 401ks here in America, for the promise of pensions when you retire, to all of these things that were quintessentially always brought to the forefront of workforce, is now slowly eroding. And whether you are aware of it or not, or you're following trends, or you're into these greater leadership conversations, that is what's happening. No longer can we sacrifice ourselves for the good of big corporations. No longer are we willing to work past our 40-hour weeks. No longer are we willing to go above and beyond, because COVID showed us something that was revolutionary. It was like the what about me? So when we're moving towards post-2027, and as these energies are shifting and evolving, and we are with it, it is asking us to step into the era of the individual, which I love to coach all of my clients as the era of selfhood. It's about self-accountability. It's about self-regulation. It's about self-autonomy. It's about self-identification, self-knowledge, self-love, everything that you can possibly throw a self in front of, but with the capital S. So it's about really honoring yourself, your energy, your capacity. It's really honoring the things that light you up, that drive inspiration out of you, so you can contribute in a more cleanly way. And so my topics, I will be presenting live, and I'm also going to be presenting online. Live, I'm going to be speaking about the throat center, the throat chakra, and in BG5, we call it communication in action. It is where all our nuances of who we are as individual people, it's how we communicate
to other people. It's the frequency that comes out of our voice. So I'm going to do an exploration about that and speaking about what aligned communication is and how to identify your own voice in a wonderful experiential process. And then online, I'm going to be talking about some case studies that I do with my business called human-centered workplaces. It's bringing the human back into the center of the workplace and the workforce and honoring aligned communication to and from each other, leadership to teams, teams to leadership, because that's really where you're going to find the secret sauce. So thank you, Mari, for speaking a little bit into AI, which we all know the fabric of what's happening right now is happening so fast. Preset email sets out, you know, your voice is being cloned, your face is being used in different ways. You don't know what's right from wrong on the internet, on the TV, in the news. So it's all about aligned communication. We want authenticity, as messy as it is. I don't correct any of my emails anymore. As messy as it is, that's me. That's me. And I think we're going to embrace more of what makes people messy, human, real. And that's everything that I stand for here at Human-Centered Workplaces. Thank you, ladies.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Lorraine. I was just noticing that all of us have the pioneer in in our design, which is trait 3, which is quality 3, which is line 3, which is a bit messy. We talk about one of the things that I'm going to be talking about at the live event also is the profit potential. And it's really focused around things are messy. Things are going to be trial and error. We're moving from also in the eras, we're moving from a quality 1, which is very rigid and very structured and want to play it safe, to 6, the 6 quality, the 6 line, which has a developmental process. And the first part of that developmental process, which we'll all kind of go through, is a little bit messy. And so I love what you said, it's allowing it to be a bit messy. And it's part of what makes us human and to really
leadership
accept who we are.
business
And leadership
is
and
messy.
business, it's messy. It's messy. It's
you
part
gotta
of
try your way. Yeah.
It's part of what making money is all about.
That's right.
And so with all of that, what I'd like to do is ask the panel one quick question, and then I would love to get also feedback from anyone who is here as well who'd like to contribute. But when we're talking about the new frequency of success, what would you say is going to be, from your perspective, from your own outer authority, how do you see things changing specifically in career, business, and money? What are the big shifts between the era of planning and the era of the individual? Because again, this is a lot of what we're going to be talking about throughout the entire festival. Both with BG5, both with all of everything that we're going to be taking a look at, because I think it's really key in being able to prepare ourselves, because I believe it's going to be massively, massively different. I think so different we can't even really get our heads around it right now. And so with that, how do we move into that new era? What is it going to look like? And yes, let's start with Lorraine.
I'm going to take a deep breath in here. Oof, I'm fired up. I'm in a mood, guys. I'm sure you can feel it. It's collaboration. I think it's collaboration and resonance, because there's always an inner voice. There's always a residual when you're connecting with people on how they make you feel. You go into that boardroom and you're having those conversations and you leave and you just feel like, what was that? Or you're on a phone call with someone and something is really troubling them. And it's about resonance and how we collaborate. And that's why I love BG5, because human design is for personal transformation. And BG5 is knowing yourself as an individual, but how to communicate and collaborate with other people in alignment. And I think that's what's shifting. What's shifting is the way that how we speak to each other, how we hold presence for each other, how we share skill sets, and how we honor each other. And that only starts with honoring yourself. So for me, I think that's what's really going to change and shift from those power dynamics and all cross workplaces around the world to having a little bit more of that genuine resonance and respect and understanding and how we contribute and collaborate with other people.
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
love, love, love that, Lorraine. It is that deeper connection because you can even see it in the transition. It's in a sense, the more that we are ourselves, the deeper we can connect on a more personal, and we've been talking about authenticity, a more personal, a more authentic way, that instead of competing and butting heads and trying to be better than everyone else, what is it if we truly collaborate and work together as individuals, being fully ourselves? We are designed to work together, to collaborate. I love what you just said. Thank you so much, Lorraine. Beautiful. How about for you, Mari?
Yeah, just to really plus what Lorraine said, I have been talking for a few years about what I'm calling like the rise of the empowered entrepreneur, with that 3420 coming in. Not like everybody's designed to be an entrepreneur, but if we look back over the last 20 years or so, I mentioned this in one of the interviews with Veronica and Lucretia, we've got the rise of the gig economy. So the Airbnb, Lyft, Uber, you name it, anywhere where someone could go, wait a minute, just with my phone and a car or my phone and a guest room, I can earn more money. I can take back control. I don't have to go around saying, boss, take care of me, government, take care of me. You know, handouts, it's coming back to being these sovereign individuals, these empowered individuals taking back our authority. And I love, you know, Lorraine, you said collaboration. I plus that by also saying this word interdependence. So I'm coming to the table as this whole and complete person. I am split definition, so I do I'm collaborative in the BG5 language. So, but as each individual comes together in their own empowered, unique genetic expression and coming to form something that's greater than the sum of the parts. So you mentioned, Karen, about these pods of 3 to 5. And I love explaining this in the business world, that the separate, unique, different morphogenic field forms in the right 3 to 5 people whose only goal is growth. And it's like, whoa, I get goosebumps when I say that. I've been starting consulting with just local small businesses. And I got one I'm working with where it's a couple, he's a manifestor and she's a projector, and they're not Penta people. And they're struggling, and it's like, you might want to like have a, you know, a consultation, and let's have a look, and who else in your like in circles or even volunteers might just be able to contribute and form this Panta who's going, you know, who's his goal is growth. But yeah, so that's what I would say. It's just really about us taking back this control, if you will, or autonomy, and having that independence, and yet not thinking that we have to stay alone and figure it all out. It's like, how can I build this beautiful collective, collaborative interdependence and yeah, create something that just never existed before. One more quick thing, I do have grave concerns about the layoffs of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, probably get into the millions before too long. There may be a UBI at some point, the universal basic income. I'll be interested to see how that plays out in the next couple of years, and or the completely new way of functioning in the world. The monetary system is it going to be crypto? I don't know. Are we going to go back to just trading? Hey, I have a cow and you have a sheep. let's trade. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating because I think all of that is shifting. And I think what you said, Mari, too, about really, in a sense, each of us, sort of the mentality of an entrepreneur, even if you're not per se being an entrepreneur, even if you're working for a larger organization, approaching it not from dependency, but like you said, this, you know, this collaboration, this cooperation, this way of working together where you need my skill sets and I'm going to deliver my skill sets in the best way that I can, not just following a job description or this is a role, but really finding your place and approaching it like an entrepreneur. I think is really, really powerful, even if you're not, because even if you are an entrepreneur, you cannot do it alone. And just like you were talking about, you know, with the couple that you're working with, right? Sometimes it's really difficult to even do it in partnership. You know, where the magic happens is within 3 to 5 people, and that's where things grow, where that's where things expand, and that's where the new happens. And I also think, like you said, I think the monetary system is going to shift dramatically. I don't think we can even imagine what it's going to be, but I find it quite exciting, that shift as well. Yeah, beautiful. And I'll get to you in just a second, Lorraine. I also want to hear from Ioan as well.
You know, I'm happy that you're so positive about this. I would like to sing like you, and I don't want to spoil, you know, all this beautiful energy that you brought in. But, you know, my perspective is survival. And I'm finally getting what Ra was saying, that human design is for our children. You know, looking at this integration and at the fact that if you look at the 27 and combine it with the keys and the locks, you see that it's the whole integration, the whole centering, and you know, the channel of initiation. So, well, of course, as I said, you know, I'm about survival. I'm not about needs. And I'm a 3-5, and I would like to be that positive, you know, but someone has to, you know, keep the balance. And I don't see that. I would like to see that. Because as much as I see it now, it's more like, you know, if you don't take care of yourself, the state or, you know, the others will try to take as much as they can from you. so
Yeah.
I think that being yourself, it will be a necessity. And learning what you are and what you can rely on, it's becoming a must. So, you know, I'm looking at what's happening around the world, and I don't see it as a unity, and I don't think it's going to be a unity anymore. And we would be lucky if in 10 years we can go to the States anymore. I mean, if I look at, you know, the States and how people you can travel or not, or we can go or not to the States. So I tend to be more, you know, in the survival mode, in the sense that, well, learn to see what you can do and what you're good at and who are your allies, because they will be closer to you. Yeah. And that's as good as it gets, because until we get to some planetary beautiful thing, I think we'll have to, you know, go through chaos a bit. And sorry for, you know, I love your enthusiasm, and many times I would say, yeah, let it be as you wish for. But well, you know, I don't want to, you know, to jinx it, or, you know, but looking at things I think we have what it takes to, we are here to adapt and to make this shift, and we are here because we are here to make this process not that difficult. And human design for sure is about empowering the individual to be an individual. And being an individual means, well, wake up, there will be no mommy and daddy, we can take care of you, you know. And the role of us, you know, projectors and or advisor, is to really focus this energy, not to be lost in wishful thinking, and to really, you know, bring it to where you can invest your energy, actually. So this is how I see it. I'm sorry for not being, you know, all happy, but I don't see
No,
that.
I am really, really glad that you said that, Ioan. And I'll tell you why, because again, you know, you'll see that there's different people that see things in a different way. And I think it's important to see all of those different things. And sometimes, you know, really grounding in the reality, and sometimes the reality of what we see is not so pleasant. And where we're moving to, you know, I'm Shores, and I see possibilities. So all I can see is what's possible. And so this is the brilliance when we can all come together and share what we see uniquely as ourselves, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's ugly, it doesn't matter. To be
Yeah.
able to hear your perspective is rich and it's very beautiful and it's very grounding as well because yeah, I can see sort of pie in the sky, right? And that's what I look at creating, but we also have to deal with the reality of things too.
Yeah.
And how do we, you know, and it's through sharing and it's through conversations that we can also inspire each other and also ground each other. And I think that's what's so beautiful. And so, and I love that you didn't, I'm glad you said exactly what you said because we need people to say that, right? And for you to be authentic in what you feel and what you see is so key and is so important. And I think it's, you know, I think it's true for all of us. The more that we can, and this is the beauty of the festival. And this is why I really invite each and every one of you to be a part of it, because you can see that what we're moving towards is relationships. We're moving towards acceptance. We're moving towards being able to work together in ways that also I would say we've never ever been able to work together before. Because before it's always been with the bargain, with the contract, you know, I do X for you and you do X for me. That's what we're used to. That's what people are used to. It's gonna, you know, as Mari, you were typing in, it may be a little bit of a rocky ride, right, in this transition. You know, but that's also the power of imagine if all of us came together and we all worked together to make the world a better place. Like, what would that look like? As opposed to, you know, each individual trying to make their own difference and then competing against each other. What would it be if we were all able to work together and collaborate to create that greater world? And I think in connecting, whether you connect with us in person, which we would love to see you in person, or if you connect online, you know, this is really part of the purpose to set us up to see how we can potentially work together moving forward into the future, so that you know there are things that we're going to need to deal with that aren't so nice and aren't so pleasant. You know, as well as those that are here to also inspire and lead and everything in between. You know, leading from all standpoints. We're all designed to be leaders. And I think it's really, really key. So thank you, Ioan. I so appreciate everything you just said. Thank you. Yeah, and Lorraine.
Oh, I love him. I'm just fired up about this because I guess we already have the secret code, right? We already know how to navigate this situation. And this is why we are presenting at this festival to share this information with as many people as possible, because there are ways to assist in this transition. And like Ioan said, it's going to be hard for a lot of people. This is going to be a shock, like Ra said. This is going to shock all of us because with the advancement of OpenAI and the developing technologies that are continuously coming out, it's going to be in 5 years, nothing is going to be recognizable. And the way human beings communicate is going to be extraordinary. You can bet on that for sure. And I just wanted to speak a little bit into BG5 and why I love BG5. Because as someone who developed teams, you know, this whole idea of like why some teams work and some teams don't, why you can get performance out of certain groups and not others, these conversations of how we are reorganizing and re-educating ourselves. BG5 gives us an opportunity to really know where we are in different environmental influences with groupthink, group fear, group conditioning. Because when we enter these environments, right, these cultures, these business establishments, these offices, our places of work where we spend more than 1/3 of our lives, we eventually get sucked into that. So BG5 gives us a way to really know how to really streamline our skill sets. What is it that you're really good at? And do that really well. Let's work towards the skill competency development of what you are really good at, which is different than what we were taught before. You have a resume, there's a job description, and you got to fit yourself in there somehow, some way. You have to adapt for that paycheck. Now we're trying to build job descriptions around people. And what I want to share also is that here I follow a lot of Fortune 500 companies from the United States, and they are already in these transitory spaces of opening up departments where they're doing fractal contracts. And this is what I think is going to be the future of where we are moving as individuals, because they're already preparing the ground for fractional work, which means, like, we were just saying earlier, everybody's going to have to present themselves in some way or another as an entrepreneur, because once you know what your skill set is, you can do that for any company, any business, because that's what you're really good at, and that's what comes most natural to you. So as BG5 experts, we are known as transauric experts. We know what small group and large group and individual and partnership looks like for you. We align you into what that skill competency development pathway might be. And then we assist you, at least in my business, on how to provide you with the business skills you're going to need to market that, to apply for those, fractional positions, or to go for, those job descriptions and say, I can't do all this, but this right here is my jam. I could take this off your list, right? And I think that's what's going to be changing in the future, because we all contribute something very unique and specific to every environment that we enter. And that's what authenticity is about. It's about really the limitation. We're not here to be everything for everyone. We're not here to be a business owner wearing all of the hats. Been there, done that. Ask me about that later. We're not here to do all of that. We're here to do what comes most easy and most natural for each and every one of us. So as much as this sounds very hopeful, and there is a way, there is a way. And like Ra Uruhu says, it's got to be your way. It's not my way, it's not Mari's way, it's not Karen's way, it's not Ian's way. It's your way. And if you're picking anything up from this conversation, you can see how different we all are. And when you know what's true for you and you can speak from that space, magic happens. The people that are for you will magnetize to you, and the people that are not for you will leave. And that's also okay. And I think that's where people are going to have to learn how to adapt, because that's exactly that energy that we'll be entering post 2027. So the quicker you can share this information to your community, you can share this video to your communities and just say that there is another way. There are people that are on the front lines here assisting and helping and supporting the evolution of career, leadership, and business. Hey, we're here.
Yeah. I love what you just said, Lorraine. Beautiful. And I would love to open it up. I know we're coming towards the end of time, but I just wanted to just see if there are any quick comments. And we could go on talking for hours because this is such an amazing, rich topic. And this is also why you should join the festival as well. Again, whether you do it online, but especially if you can do it in person, to be able to, because, there's a certain kind of relationship that you can have online. There's a whole different animal when you are in person, as Ioan spoke to as well. And to be able to connect in person, there is nothing like it. And so the experience, not only will you, learn things, but you will also deeply experience what this information is all about. And that is really the key, is the experience that you take away, and the connections and the relationships that you build are worth much more than gold, I would say. Yeah. And Lucretia.
It was so touching and inspiring to listen to every word that has been said here. And it made me think about the fact that the new era of the Sleeping Phoenix that is going to start full on from 2027 because it is going to be about not being able to cover it up, to pretend, to put up, to, you know, to not say things as they are. We're going to be prompted to create our new reality, whether we notice it or not. I have in my circle many people say this in one way or another. I just can't do this anymore. I mean, the hell with it. Like, I'll just follow my truth, even if it would if it sounds crazy or unlogical or whatever. People just more and more start to do that, and the strength that is in that sleeping phoenix, the 3420. This is an extreme energy, so I guess there will be people that will be extreme in their truth and they will not be able to compromise with it anymore, and there will be probably people who are going to try to hang there, like trying to do it in the old way, trying to pretend, trying to stay there in some fictional comfortable place in their relationship or in their work, just because, you know, and they can have many reasons because after that, because, but anyways, it's not going to work. So we really, with this festival, we would like to make people aware. We would like to inform them that really it is going to be uncomfortable, but we really have the chance to start fresh. And even for people, I mean, many people are scared of change, scared of transformation, scared of new times coming. But if they know what we all know here, I think these fears can be like, they can melt away very quickly. And yeah, I welcome everyone who resonates, even those who doubt. If you doubt it, if you don't believe, come, I'll give you a free ticket. Come. Then you're gonna thank me, I know. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Lucretia. And Veronica, I didn't know if there's anything that you would like to add as well, or again, if there's any other comments or anything else that anyone would like to say as well.
Yeah, actually, talking about 2027, and I'm a cosmologist, so it's a very dear and interesting topic to me. And I love the two perspectives that Ioan has and you, Karen, especially when I heard yours perspective, Karen. It lighted up my day because, you know, it's all gloomy and doomy from Ra's words. And as an economist and international relations specialist who is really interested in geopolitics and economics, I see his words literally happening in front of our eyes, and it's really scary. But the practical person in me says exactly what Lucretia just shared. That's why we're doing the festival, because the key is actually on the surface. It's strategy and authority. And it doesn't become easier, but it becomes simpler. And recently, we had with Lucretia a very interesting interview with Ioan Cornish, who's going to be one of our open mic speakers. And I really loved his perspective as well. And he said, we're all that are born prior to 2027, we still carry the frequency inside of us of the past. And we have an advantage of having learned the lessons of the past and now really in the first line, getting to the foundation of all of that. And we can transcend and bring that knowledge to the new times and learn really from the past of how we were in communities. And he said something really interesting. The individual wants to break out from the community because they were not respected for their individualism. And now we will start building apparently new communities. And then when you have the respect for the individual, wow, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about that. You know, so we are the builders of the new world for ourselves and for our children and future generations. And having this information and really experimenting with it that's why we create these spaces with the Human Design Festival, to all meet together from all around the globe, because we deal with similar challenges. And we can really exchange in safe place and experiment with what is no longer the ability to be an exercise. The drill is over. It's now are the times, and that's why this knowledge comes also right now, because it's the right moment to get the new born out of the ashes of the old.
Wow. Wow. Really beautifully said. And I think that really encapsulates, again, why to be a part, why be a part of the festival, because this is where it starts. Like, where it starts is us as individuals being true to ourselves, which, all of us who have, been doing this work have been working on ourselves. But now, if you will, the next lesson, the next step is, how do we do that together? How do we connect? How do we communicate? Because we can model it. We can think, oh, well, we're just really, just a few people. But if we can model it, we can also expand it out into the world.
And I saw
Really,
Richard
really powerful.
actually raising his hand. Richard
Yes.
Lamont, did you have a question or you wanted to comment something?
Yes, Richard. Hey, Richard.
Hi there.
Yay.
Yeah, I just wanted to say how beautiful this is. I really appreciated hearing all of these different perspectives. And being a emotional manifesting generator, 6'2", on the left angle cross of refinement. Yeah, I definitely resonated with some of the things Ioan said, and certainly all of you ladies, hearing the beauty and hearing the the contrast, this beautiful dynamic that's going on that we're experiencing. And from my experience itself, I've gone through just about every possibly angle of trying to bring this information to many different communities and getting the different responses from people really resonating with it, but seeing the dynamic where so many people are conditioned with so many different aspects of life. It's it's a huge challenge for so many people to really take action. That's where it's at. But what I'm getting is that we just have to keep the faith and just show up and be the examples of what this is. It's not going to be easy. It's a challenge. And what I've also learned that in terms of like what you were talking about in terms of the finance, the monetary system. Yeah, definitely. That's big changes are coming in that field. But there are certain things I also noticed that, there's an old structure that's there that I don't think it's going to go away soon. It's going to maybe change in certain ways, but there's an aspect of it. This is what I received, information just download. And so it sort of positioned me to become also a financial, a licensed financial professional. And so I'm learning these ways of really to how to empower individuals and for communities, how to become more empowered by using certain aspects of the system to make money and to to find these ways that's really simple. It's been there for a long time, and there's certain systems like insurance, using insurance as a means of savings for savings, and it gives you all kinds of incredible tax advantages and really, really cool things that's really here to help and make people's lives a lot easier. That's there for us. And the education, it just requires education and how to utilize human design with that. So that's something I've been working with. And it's just been
Wow.
incredible. There's so much healing to be done as well too, because people are letting go of the family stuff. And so I've been bridging these different aspects of the work that I've been doing most of my life, around sound and music and shamanistic work with with human design, which I've been doing for over 20 years now, and now bringing the finance aspect to it. It's just been really a beautiful aspect. So everything that you're talking about, it's just beautiful, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to say, yeah, I'm on board with all of you.
I love it. It is so good to see you, Richard. Thank you so much. And again, you know, this is the power of what can happen when we all come together. So I really invite you to become a part of the festival if you can, in any way, shape, or form. Be there live. We would love to meet you there live. So Lorraine and Ioan and myself will be there live. And if you can't, you can be there virtually online. And Mari and Lorraine and myself are also going to be presenting online. One way or another, being in this energy, being able to connect, being able to respect each other's viewpoints and ways of seeing things, and at the same time, taking a look at how we can co-create to really create a better world. So thank you, everyone. This has been incredibly powerful. Anything, Lucretia or Veronica, you want to say to wrap everything up, or to point people in the direction of signing up for the festival?
Well, first of all, I would like to invite everybody to switch their cameras on so we can kind of feel into each other and really bring this collective spirit here. And hi, everybody. Lovely to
so
have
great to
had
see
you.
everyone.
And yeah, would you like to join us and be together live in Sofia or online and just co-create the new reality, the new world, and yeah, feel each other's vibration and resonance. And if we're on the same fractal, we will meet one way or another.
Yes, beautiful.
And I hope you have observed your body when Veronica asked you this question, would you like to join? And you didn't think it with your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an amazing space that is being created, and would love to have each and every one of you join us for what is next and creating what's next and co-creating what is next. So thank you, everyone. It has been an absolute pleasure. We are going to be doing this every Monday. So invite you to join us. We'll have different topics that we're going to be talking about each Monday. So stay tuned and you'll see what we'll be talking about next week. Please come and join us both for this. So these Monday mornings, so Monday afternoons or whatever, or Monday evenings, wherever you happen to be, and continue to join us, check in, and we look forward to seeing you very soon. So if you would like to unmute and say goodbye, we will sign off for today, and we'll see you all next week. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a lovely
Bye,
evening.
guys.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, my sacral energy is so happy.